Welcome to yoga, everyone. Another week on our mats together. We're going to start seated. As usual, this is your hour. I'm here to guide you, and I love it when I see you taking my my guidance and my inspiration. But I also love it when you use that information and do what you need to do for your body. It helps me and teaches me too. So make sure to listen to what feels right in your body when I introduce a movement or a series or a pose. Always adjust for where you are today. We're going to just start with some breathing and just kind of a few minutes of just dropping into our bodies. So why don't we go ahead and whatever comfortable position you want to be in, find just a easy way of being in your body. Go ahead and close your eyes for a minute. And we're gonna breathe and just focus on the breath for a minute. So I heard this beautiful metaphor today, and I wanted to share it with you. Body like mountain, heart like ocean, breath like anchor. So I'd like you to just imagine and do a little scan of your body right now and just kind of imagine it as a mountain. Present, wise. And then imagine your heart like an ocean. The rhythm pulsing like the ebb and flow of a wave crashing or the ocean rocking. And then imagine your breath like an anchor, always there for you. Let's take a nice elongated inhale. And as you do that, you might want to just pull your hands against your knees and arch and look up. Grow that mountain. Open that heart, that ocean. And on the exhale, connect with the breath, your anchor. Pulling the chest back, scooping the belly button towards your spine, and continue that nice and slow, maybe even a 5-count inhale as you arch, pulling the shoulders down, lifting the chin to the ceiling, and then a nice 5-count exhale as you contract back and scoop the belly button towards the spine. Body like mountain, heart like ocean, breath like anchor. And then let's begin to add a little bit more movement to the rib cage. You can open your eyes if you want or keep them closed. We're going to take a circle. And as we bring the rib cage forward, we're inhaling. And as we're bringing it back, we're exhaling. Try to match that inhale with the forward arch. And the exhale with the contraction. And instead of leaning your head, try to keep your head center and almost like a kitchen aid. The rib cage moves. The rib cage moves. Yeah. And then try the other way. Still trying to keep that breath long. Beautiful. Now let's take a nice inhale, scooping the arms up, looking up now, rooting the hips into the ground. And then we're gonna just exhale over to the left. Gently, gently, gently. So this is, we're just starting out. And we're gonna keep doing that rainbow. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, looking under the armpit. Slow, long breaths. Keep the sits bones rooted. So as you reach to the left, anchor the right hip. Maybe even pull the right knee closer to the ground. Just send some energy in the opposite direction that you're leaning, and that's going to give you a deeper stretch. And come to center, and we're just going to take those shoulders up and back. On the exhale, up and back. And let's do 4 in the opposite direction. Up and forward. And let your body react how it wants to react. If you want to add the head or the upper body, the upper chest. And then come to a nice, just neutral, and let's just take the head in gentle circles to the right. And then when you're ready, to the left. Maybe 3 in one direction and 3 in the other. As we continue with this very initial entry into the work, keep coming back to that mantra: body mountain, heart ocean, breath anchor. Coming to neutral, let's just look to the right, and then maybe look to the left, and right, and left. Let's take the arms forward, kiss those elbows together, lift them as high as you can before you have to open them, and then just give a nice big W as you scrape the back wall. Still inhaling as you come forward. Exhaling as you open the heart, open the ocean, feel that big wave, that big building of the tide. And if you want, you can even add a little bit more here as you bring the elbows forward. You can curve the spine down and scoop the elbows up. And maybe a little lean back as you arch, because that's going to engage your abs. So a nice brush of the elbows on the floor. And then a big opening, maybe a slight lean back or an arch. Good, one more time. Scoop the elbows forward. Give yourself a nice lower back stretch. Open up, lean back, arch, look up, and let's try reverse. Oh, grab hold of all that energy. Try to touch the elbows as soon as you can. Drop to the ground. Scrape those elbows down. Scoop 2 more times. Yes, I feel the waves crashing. And the next time you land down on the ground, let's just hang out there. Maybe reach the fingertips forward. Lift the belly button towards the spine. Root the hips down and back and just breathe here. Let's take the right hand behind the pelvis and take the nose to the right knee. Little, just gentle twist here. Pull the left hip back. If you want, you can even rest your forehead on your right knee. And then when you're ready, swoop across, keeping your head down. Left arm reaches behind the pelvis. Forehead rests on the left knee. Root the right hip down. And swing forward, walk the hands up slowly. And if you want, take the hands behind the pelvis, inhale. Squeeze the shoulders behind you, drop the knees down towards the floor, chin to chest, and then on the exhale, lift the pelvis forward and release the head back. And when you're ready, come on down. Take the legs out, give them a little rub down. Woo, yeah, feels good. All right, and then whichever leg you had in front, switch. Oh Lord, which leg did I have in front? Oh yeah, okay. We're just gonna do this, this forward bend stretch. So why don't we do a nice scoop back, like creating that W, like you're scooping up, look up. As soon as you can, bring the hands together and then the elbows together. Scrape the elbows on the floor, drop the head and just hang out here. This is my probably #1 favorite stretch. If you want to let out a sigh here, a nice big sigh. Sometimes that helps you just drop in a little bit deeper. And let's swing that left hand behind the pelvis, forehead to knee, root the right hip. Breathe. And swoop around to the other side. Root the left hip. And back to the front. Slowly walk the hands up towards the knees, over the knees, and take the hands behind the pelvis. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind you. Chin to chest. Exhale, press the hips forward. They might only come off the floor about 4 inches. That's fine. Breathe here. And release. Good. Go ahead and take the legs out in front of you. We're just going to do a nice waterfall here. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Drop the shoulders. On the exhale, pour your upper body over the legs. Inhale, come up. So this is a moving stretch. We don't hang out too long with the upper body over the legs yet, but we're getting there. We're getting ready for our forward fold. But we're just trying to move through and using that breath. Almost imagine like the wave is crashing over your legs. Like the upper body is foam. One more time. You can even make that noise if you want and reverse it. Flat back through. This is the wave gathering. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you release. Feel how good it feels just to be in the movement and the momentum of that. Great, beautiful. Let's just sit here for a second and just rotate those, just circle those ankles a little right here. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Woo, all right. Come on up onto your left knee. If you want to give yourself a little added padding, roll your mat over. I have like delicate flower knees now that I'm an old yogi. I gotta get the extra padding. Inhale, lift that left arm. Exhale, slide the arm down the leg, looking under the left armpit. Drop the left scapula. Is your belly button moving and lifting towards your back, your spine? Press the hips forward, just about 2 inches. That should tighten your booty. Woo! You guys are lucky you're not in this room with me, because I'm smelling my armpit right now. It's really, oh no, that's recorded. Oh well, that's the good thing about Zoom. We don't have to smell each other's BO. Come on up, try the other side. Oh Lord, one of those days. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, slide on down. Look under the right armpit. Now that adjustment of pushing the hips forward should really tighten the glutes and then also give you a little added stretch along the front of the hip. Drop that right scapula. I noticed mine was creeping up there. Awesome. Come on down. Let's come onto our hands and knees and do our plies, our yogi plies. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round, look down. Good. Come into neutral. Take your right ear to your right butt cheek. Get that C shape. And then the other way. And back and forth a couple times, gentle. Just giving your waist a little crunch there. Good. We're gonna come down into prayer pose. Inhale, exhale, as you come up, and then come through half chaturanga with your booty up in the air and your chin to the floor. Push back up, and then come into prayer. So we're just gonna keep doing that. So the inhale is on the prayer. Exhale, come up to all fours. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, push back up. Give me 2 more. Good. Coming into all fours. Take that right leg out and then up, flex the foot. Take the left arm out. Bird dog. Lift the belly button up like it's holding your spine on a silver platter. Make sure your right hand is right underneath your shoulder. If you need to adjust, go ahead. We're gonna breathe here, and in about 10 seconds, we're gonna do 3 contractions in, taking our left elbow to our right knee. Inhale, exhale, crunch. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, crunch, slow and steady. You gotta get that cross-lateral crunch, which is a little bit challenging balance-wise. If you're shaking, that's okay. That was 3. Come on down. Tuck your toes behind you and sit on your heels. Let's just take the wrists and shake them out. Give our wrists a break. Stretching our toes out. Maybe you want to grab your fingers, hips together. Interlace your fingers and just do a little circle in one direction and then the other direction. And then when you're ready, come on back down. Tap your top of your feet on the mat just to circulate the blood again. And then we're going to take the left leg out, lift, right arm. Hold here. But let it be a dynamic hold. So we're not dumping and we're not releasing. We're really, I almost imagine like swirls and spirals and all sorts of lines moving in my body and around my muscles, my bones, my blood. It's like a psychedelic movie in there. Let's inhale and exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Crunch. And reach. Release. Go ahead. And let's do camel here. I need my blocks. So if you don't need blocks, probably know what to do, but basically your hands go behind you. You inhale, squeeze the shoulders together, chin to chest. Exhale, pelvis goes forward. Release the head. And come on down. Good. Let's come into down dog. Tuck those toes. Oh, that feels good. Yeah, stretch the heels down to the mat. Ooh, maybe take a nice deep breath. We're gonna come into plank and hold, little knee taps here. Use your breath of fire. Good, back to down dog. Whew. Shake that tail a little bit, walk the dog if you need, which means just pressing one heel at a time. In, come back to plank, little hip twists, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, one more, right, left, back to down dog. Now we should be getting warm, that we've done some abs. Let's just do a little bit more stretch, one big stretch. Take that right leg up, hold it there for a second, and then swing it through. Take the hands to the inside of the foot. Runner's lunge, but I want you to rock and roll here for a second, and then maybe just take a nice twist into that front leg. Arm comes all the way up, look towards the ceiling. Sometimes you can get a real nice release here in your spine. Take that right leg back. Big breath and down dog. Maybe two. Lift that left leg. Keep that foot flexed. See if you can get it a little higher. Drop the heel to the floor, the standing heel. When you're ready, swing it through. Sometimes I actually have to pick up my leg to get it where I need it to be, especially early on in the practice. I'm not totally loose yet. So don't be afraid of doing that if you have to. And a nice twist here. Make sure your arm is in alignment with your shoulders. Sometimes we can kind of over twist and it gets behind us. And back to the ground, hands on the floor. Come into down dog one last time. And then drop to the knees. And come into prayer. You can even bring the hands down by the ankles and come into child's pose. Down dog or child's pose or prayer are always a place for you. Even if you have like a 5-minute break in the middle of the day and you just want to come into down dog or child's pose, sometimes it's not a good idea to just jump into down dog, but sometimes it does feel really good. I like to think of it as like a stone that you can always kind of keep in your pocket. All right, let's do our pranayama. You can do it wherever you want, sitting, standing, on your knees. I think I'll do mine on my knees today. My delicate flower knees. 20 breaths. I invite you to play with your timing, whatever you need. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, coming through prayer. Whenever you're ready. 3 more. On your last inhale, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling. Walk the right shoulder up the ladder, left, right, left, right, left, and keep that lift as you slowly reach out and down. I think that might be my second top favorite right there. Shoulder ladder. All right, yogis, let's get some water. We'll come to standing. Checking my time. Okay, good. Perfect. So let's come into chair. And let's just find our lift in our abs and let's get the arms up by the ears. Sometimes I can tend to bring the arms forward and I really want them right shooting off my head. Yes, beautiful. Go ahead and lift the heels off the ground. See if that can work for you. And then when you get there, see if you can sink a little bit deeper. Drop the heels, come up into mountain. Back into chair. Lift that right knee off the ground, shoot it back and come into crescent. What we're gonna do here is we're going to straighten the leg, bringing the arms down, and then bend the front leg, coming to crescent. Straighten, bend, look up. Straighten. So the back heel stays off the ground. We're just moving through crescent and then a standing straight leg, kind of almost pyramid. Yeah. Couple more. And one more time, hang out in crescent. And then come back to chair. Press into the ground, mountain. Woo-hoo-hoo, yeah, burn, baby. Chair. Right, left leg comes up. Shoot it back. Crescent. Back leg is lengthened. Front leg is bent, knee over ankle. Press up slowly, sweeping the arms down. Back to crescent, chest comes up. Inhale, exhale, or exhale, inhale, whatever feels right. Hold crescent, back to chair, and mountain. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's do tree. One leg comes up. Send that knee back. So we're going from movement, dynamic movement to dynamic stillness. Find your center, find that heart ocean. And then when you're ready, open up those arms and take them wherever you want. Sometimes I like to try a reverse prayer which also helps me tuck my pelvis a little bit and get those glutes engaged. Wow, we got some good balancing going on today. Beautiful. Take it slowly, come out of it. So part of the challenge is finding the grace in and finding the grace out of the poses. Sometimes, you know, it's harder than others. I remember one time the recording of this class, the way they posted it on the GCC Wellness page, literally caught me falling out of a pose, and it just repeated me falling over and over and over again. I was like, oh yeah, people are really gonna wanna come to this class with the teacher falling. But we're all human. Yes, fight for it. Sometimes we just, you know, gotta get up and try again. I like to play with my arms in tree, whatever feels right to you. It adds to the balance challenge. Good. Oh, let's take a nice deep breath in, scooping the air up. And exhale, dive through the arms, big swan dive, and we'll come into forward fold. Yes, shake the knees a little bit here. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And we're just gonna hang here for a minute. Whatever feels good. If you wanna grab some blocks, or if you wanna hold your elbows in your hands, or if you wanna just rest your hands on your ankles or your knees or the floor. Just let us kind of be in forward fold. So we don't want to lock the knees. They're just kind of got a nice micro bend. Feet are spread out wide. And I'm gonna shut up for a minute and we're just gonna breathe here. Go ahead and heel toe your way out to a wide stance. We're gonna do a little movement here, side to side. So just get yourself going right to left, little side to side movement. And when you're ready, we're gonna add the arms with a little spiral twist. So the left arm goes to the right toe, and then we switch. Little dynamic movement here, mobile flow, mobility flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, after you've done a few flows, find a spot, one side or the other, hold and stretch. Spider-Man across to the other side. And we're gonna do that back and forth one more time. Here we go. In, out, inhale, exhale. Slowly come up as you, so your arm comes a little higher, 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 higher. Good. And let's just take the hand, bring the feet together, take the hands together and do a little lean to the right, half moon. And a lean to the left. Half moon. Whew. Good. I think we're ready for something. Something else. Ooh, I had an idea. I want to try and get into Warrior 3 from down below. We used to do that, and it's super hard. So what I want to do is, let's do a roll down. Just a roll down into plank. Come to the back of your mat. Start with the top of your head, and vertebrae by vertebrae, roll through. And if you want to take weight into the hands, do that. Come in through that curved position and then walk out into plank. Whew. Yeah, let's just hold plank here for a minute. If you want to drop your knees, that's fine. And when you're ready, come into down dog. Lift the right leg, swing it through, drop the back heel. And what we're going to do right from here is come into triangle pose. Thank you. I had a brain fart. Triangle pose. So you just drop that heel and straighten the front leg and twist the body open. If you need a block, grab it. So we're going to stay here for a couple breaths. And then when we're ready, we're going to look down. We're going to take the left hand down to the mat and the right hand to the outside of the front foot, and then we're going to lift the back heel. We're going to try to get from here in to Warrior 3. So coming from Warrior 3 from below instead of from above. Good. And then when you're ready, why don't we just bring that leg down and come into Warrior 1 and just kind of reacclimate ourselves here. Let's come center, taking the toes forward. And just do a little push and pull. Whoo. And then let's take the left toes and the out and the right heel out. Shoot, that's not what I want to do. Let's pinwheel down to the ground and come into down dog. This is where I wanted to start. Lift the left leg, swing it through. Drop the back heel, come into triangle, pop, yeah. So you kind of gently straighten that front leg. Press the hips forward slightly, breathe. And then when you're ready, look down at the floor. Take the right hand to the mat and lift the back heel. Take the left hand to the other side of the left foot. From this position, push onto that front leg and see if you can lift your body up into Warrior 3. Try to keep that right hip down. And when you're ready, drop that back leg down and the heel. Come into Warrior 1 on the opposite side. And then rotate both toes forward and just kind of come to star. Maybe a little push and pull here. Shake it out. Yeah, it feels good to kind of move the pelvis a little too. All right. Well, that was good. Let's keep going. Right toes. Come out, left heel pops out. Let's come down into warrior two. So we want the pelvis flat between the two ankles. So the left pelvis is not folding forward, the left side of the pelvis. I want you to imagine both legs are like spirals, like corkscrews going out and away. That's gonna engage the glutes in a really active way. We're gonna inhale, reach up, reverse warrior, exhale, pinwheel all the way down to side angle. Inhale, lift up, exhale, look down and under. Keep going, 2 more or 3 more. Next time we get to side angle, hang out there for a second. See if you can reach underneath your front leg and the top arm comes behind. See if you can twist there, push the pelvis forward. You can stay there or you can bring that back leg underneath you and see if you can stand up holding that position. I can no longer do that, but I'm faking it. My arm is behind me and I'm holding my leg. Amy's got it. Oh, look at her, she's straightening her leg. Amy, beautiful. Great, come back to warrior two. It's always good to try things, you know? You never know what you can do. Let's try the other side. Left toes out, right heel back. Open that pelvis. Bring that left side of your pelvis forward. Rotate loose legs like corkscrews. That's gonna activate the stance. Breathe. Make sure the top knee is going back. You don't want it falling forward over your big toe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. 5 of these flows. Next time you find yourself down in side angle, hang out there. If you want, you can just stay here. If you want the second step of the challenge, come with parallel arms. If you want the third stage, reach under and back. And you can actually just stay here and twist. Twist and open the chest towards the ceiling. And then if you want, you can try that flamingo, or I think it's called something like that, bird of paradise, something like that. And then when you're ready, come back to warrior two, reset, and then toes forward. Ooh. Little circle with the hips. Yeah. Shake. Good job, y'all. Good job. Grab some water and let's come on down to our mats on our back. Make sure you guys can see me. Yeah. Whew. All right, let's do some abs. Shake those legs out. We are going to take the left leg down to the floor, the right leg up. The right arm is flat on the ground, palm down. The left arm is above our head. We're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna slice the outside of our right leg. Inhale, come down. Now, if you want, you can leave the leg up. Or if you want an extra challenge, you can bring the leg down to the floor. And then on the crunch, you bring it up. You can leave it there and just crunch the upper body, or you can lower the leg and lift the leg. Now your right hand on the floor is there to push into, and you can actually use your elbow to get up a little higher as well. Let's do 10. Now we're not doing a lot, so I want you to do slow and controlled movements. That's the beauty of these yogic forms, is you don't need to do a lot because they work the body so intensely. The descent is just as important as the ascent. When you're ready, switch sides. Beautiful. Shake it out, let the knees fall right and left. Maybe hug your knees to your chest. Give your lower back a little stretch. We're gonna do just a little lower ab workout here. We're gonna take our legs up in the air. You can have them slightly bent. And we're just lifting the pelvis up. It might just come off the ground a couple inches, but we're using our breath of fire here, so we have a nice hissing sound. Four more. Good. Take the feet to the mat. We're gonna just take our arms to the side of the thighs. Our upper body comes off the floor to the bra line. Our arms are on our thighs. We're just crunching slowly and thoughtfully. Breath of fire. Hold the exhale, hold the bottom of the exhale for a second. We're doing 10 of everything. It's a small movement. And release. Good. Go ahead and take the hands down by the sides of your pelvis. Inhale, feet flat on the ground. Exhale, press up into bridge. We're going to breathe here for a minute. See if you can get a little bit more of a lift. Press those feet into the ground. Go ahead and see if you can tuck your shoulders underneath your rib cage. And then see if you can clasp the fingers together and press them down into the ground. So you're getting a little bit more of a chest stretch. And then you can stay here. Or if you want, you can take the right leg off the ground and send the heel to the ceiling. Switch sides when you're ready. You can always just stay in bridge. And then if you want, unclasp the fingers and unclasp the ribs, the shoulders, and then release back down. Good. We're gonna go into candle. So find your a place in your mat where you have some room behind you to get into plow later. So when you're ready, slowly use momentum if you need to get your hips up in the air and walk your hands up your back. Yes. Now see if you can get your feet to be shooting right off your pelvis. We often bring our feet over our head, but we really want them straight like a candle. If that puts too much pressure, see if you can get a little bit further higher up your back. And then slowly, you can stay in candle if you want, or you can take your feet to the floor above your head into plow. You can take the palms flat on the ground, or you can reach towards your toes. And then if you want, you can open up your legs and take your knees to your ears. But that is crunching me a little bit too much. And I'm going to roll slowly down back into L. And then I'm going to take an 8 count lower of the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Before we get into Shavasana, let's take a nice happy baby, grabbing the toes, and just a little rock here. Let's cross the right leg over the left and to the letter 4 and pull that left thigh into the chest while you push the right knee away. And switch sides. And uncross the legs, recross the right over the left like you're sitting ladylike in a chair. Let the knees fall to the left and look over your right shoulder, spinal twist. Using your core, pull those legs up, back to neutral, uncross, recross, other side, let the knees fall to the right, and then look over your left shoulder. And come on back up, stretch the legs out and stretch the arms above the head. Inhale, hold the breath, squeeze everything nice and tight, the whole body, everything as tight as you possibly can until you can't hold the breath any longer, and release into the floor. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth, swallow, stick the tongue out, say, ah. And we will come into deep relaxation for a few final minutes. Close your eyes and just allow yourself to feel everything that you've just done. You can stay in Shavasana, or you can slowly bring yourself out, coming to seated position, meeting me in prayer pose. And we will seal our class today with an Om. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste.